What's up, everyone? Sorry, I was running a little behind here, messing around on my computer, and then I had to grab all the gear. So today we're going to be talking about um, the extension idea. I was thinking about just making something that was just more or less just a standalone rod holder, but I don't know. I like personally just the extension as an attachment to the original um, cat claw stomper. I did make some videos. The only thing that sucks is um all my footage from pretty much from spring till I think August of last year pretty much got deleted. So I had to kind of go through um some of my just shorts and reels from Facebook to download. So quality isn't the best. What's up, Bank Fishing? What's up, Don? 922 Crappie, how's it going? But yeah, let me. I was scrounging around the garage, just trying to find because I'd made some extensions before. I've sold a few of them last year, and I actually have one of them yet. Yes, I can bring up here. So this is well, I'll show you my original idea before I kind of came up with that one. But let me grab it down here. So this is like the original. Oh gosh, it's green. uh, just give me a minute. Let me. I'm gonna switch my background because I got a green background right now. So everything I painted, you can kind of see it, but it's um, fluorescent green. So let me put you guys on hold, and I'll throw up a video or something quickly, and then I'll be back in about a couple minutes here. So just bear with me, and we'll get to changing the screen around. Let me. I'm just gonna pause it here. So hold on. I'll be All right, we're back. Let me just quickly adjust a few things. Oops, gotta turn my mic on. It's on. Sorry about this, guys. I'm rushing around like usual. All right, that's fine. I'll deal with it. All right. So, all right, let's get back to it. Get my comments back up here. Oh. All right, so this is my original design here. So pretty much I would pound this all the way up to this plate right here, which is try to utilize everything I got as far as just for the stomper. So I use like these plates as well on these extensions. So I would hammer it. I hammer it usually up to here, and that just kind of gives it, more of that um, ground surface to keep it in there, just because it's just one um, angle iron. But what I did on this one, which works, it works, but it's just not. I didn't really like it that much because it is based off of just the pad strength, and oh, I guess it does, on on here as well. But what I would do is I got a screw under here, and then I just utilize the hole. So I mount that on that hole, and then just put a screw right through it, and so it mounts in there. The only thing I didn't like about this design was this being just 10 gauge steel bent. It can flex, but I've never really had the issue with it flexing. When I put a lot of of my pressure on it, just testing it, it did kind of flex a little bit or bend. And then as well as your pad is taking more of the pressure, which can maybe make it a little bent, or it can bend it a little bit. What's up, Steve? If anyone wants to come on, feel free. I'll send you the link. I can put the link down there if you guys want to jump in. Go for it. Just kind of just chilling tonight. Just wanted to go over some ideas and what you guys' thought is. But I mean, I use this one in the spring a lot for channels, and along with these other couple ones I have, and I've never had any issues. I haven't really gotten into giant fish with them, but we did. I think I landed I think it was like a 17 pound channel cat. I mean, and it took down the rod pretty good, and it held. I got a video of me just doing some testing on my 4-wheeler as well. I'm going to be putting up a little bit here. But yeah, if anyone wants to jump in, I just sent the link. Let me know, or just hop in. So yeah, that's the one idea, and I'm gonna probably stick with using the angle iron as the extension. I'm just going over options of how I want it mounted, because in the long run, it's going to be utilized for the stomper, but also I have some other plans to utilize it for some other ideas along the way. But I'm gonna kind of just go with just the extension and utilizing that stomper to to give you some height. And this one gives you I'm not sure. I think this is about maybe 16 inches or so from the base of this to the top here. So your rod's going to be sitting, pretty high. I'm probably going to shrink it down a little bit. And there's a way I can do that. And I'll show you right here on my next. This is my kind of my design I was selling for a little bit. You can compact it. So it's hard to get everything in, but this is all compacted. You can take this, you screw out, and then this is like your ground spike, and then this piece slides right into that spike, which is nice. And I did that because of shipping, once you get over like 20 inches, it's pretty crazy. And the shipping jumps up a lot. So that's why this is, I think, 24 inches, like this. But so this is another idea. I like this idea. I wanted to try to make it into one, like 20 to 24 inches, so I can probably utilize that without having to, compact, make this, all separate pieces. and still be able to ship it with a reasonable price. But yeah, this is, you just take the screw out and you use this screw on top. So now what you do with this is your ground spike, and you just hammer this. This is about almost 12 inches, 10 to 11, 12 inches that you put into the ground. So you hammer that in all the way up to this base plate here. And then the way this is designed is I kind of shaved off some of this angle iron up until I wanted to stop. And then I put some stoppers in there, which you can utilize this nut right here, this like grub screw, I guess you could call it. So when you put that in there, it goes in between these screw or these little pieces of metal I put in there. I welded in, and then you put that screw in. I don't have the screw on me actually. Well, you can use this one, but oh, maybe not. I think it's a 5/8 or 5/16. But yeah, then you just screw up in here, and then that would lock it so it can't slide out. I've tested it without having a grub screw in there, and it never, came out. So now that once you got that in the ground, then you would just do pretty much the same thing and you would put this right in here. And I mean, it's kind of the same concept as the other one. This one just doesn't have the pad on there, so there's nothing that can bend besides your base plate, which I've never had, and I've used. You can see on these. This is my son Finley's. You can see where that washer is, and we used it a lot this year for channels and such. I used it all year because the spot we fished got flooded out, and then it got super dry, and then we had like 5 feet tall grass that grew on the riverbank. So where we usually put our rods, it was just covered in grass. So these taller extensions worked awesome because you could get your rod over them without having to get caught in the grass. What's up, Jerry? But yeah, so now what you do is take that washer and you just put it on top of there. You can put one on the bottom as well, just to kind of give you a little bit more, structure under there instead of just your base plate or your stomping pad. And then you would just, I just screwed it in there. And these things have been just sitting outside, so they're a little. It's hard to do in this chair. I just screwed it in there. I never really tightened it, went crazy. I would just get it all the way down. And the nice thing about these, you just get it nice and snug on there with your hands, and I think you're good. You can also, I was also thinking of just getting those wing nuts. It's easier to get a grip on. But the nice thing about these is you can, rotate them. So when you're fishing, cast out there, and you got your river current going this way, and you get your rod holder, and you notice your, rod's going kind of a little bit off of that current. You can always just adjust it, turn your rod holder, and set it, and then it's perfect. And you don't have to worry about taking your rod holder out and adjusting it. So that's one. That was my initial ideas. Is just this guy, and I'll show you a video on this one. I got a video, and this actually is with this one, I believe. And I didn't lock it down when it was in there, and so but nothing ever happened. But I'll show you that video in a second. So yeah, again, this style is just, you just hammer this into the ground. I got like an extra piece on there for hammering. You can kind of see how it's kind of beat down a little bit. But once you get that in the ground, then you can throw that right in there. And then if you wanted to lock it down, you might have to hammer this, top piece before you put your rod holder on it, just to get it down far enough, because it's going to be in the ground a little bit. That kind of holds that in there without even having that locking. So that's nice. And then you're all set. And then you just throw your screw in there and you're good to go. But let me show you a video on that one quick. Just kind of me doing testing. I tested this last, I'm not even sure. I think it was in almost March. We had a snowstorm in March, or May, I think it was March or late February. But let me get that video. see here. Let me get it up here. Um, um, all right. Um, did you guys see the video? I'm not sure. Oh no, you're not seeing it. Okay, let me pull it back up here. I'm just doing this on one computer screen, so. All right, there probably won't be sound. So what I got here, this was before I painted it. Let me blow this up a little bit here. So this is before I painted it. I guess it doesn't matter. But this is, I believe, that one that I just showed you with the removable bass. I don't think there's sound, but you know, really, the sound is just music anyways, because I got it off of my YouTube channel. All right, let me play this for you, and I'll just show you kind of how durable it is. All right, here we go. So I got the four-wheeler out, and I just tied the line 80-pound braid. And you can see that, I mean, it bends a little bit, but I mean, and that's just off the plate, the stomping plate. And that's, that plate at that time was 11 gauge steel. So, and you can see it pops right back up. There's no warping really from that. So I think, I mean, that's still a great, I think it'd be working very well the way it is. I have sold some of those. I've never got feedback, and I haven't heard from them people that have bought them, but I know they work because I've used them personally. But that's that. Yeah, that's my little boy Oakley. He's got the cough. But so now what I'm gonna do here, oh, I got one more that I've made up. I made this last year as well. This is, I call it the towel boy, but the only problem with this guy, it's the same thing as, you know, my normal rod holder, just about double the size. The only problem with this is just, I mean, the bending part is hard on the machines, just for the long bends. And then it just, I don't know, it's just, I just don't like the amount of, you know, stuff I have to put into it. I mean, it doesn't take too long to do, but it's just extra components that just, you know, in the long run cost more money. I think I've used them a few times, just as much as, like, you know, the other extensions, but they do work just fine. I have this plate up here. Otherwise, it kind of defeats the whole purpose of this whole rod holder, because when I first made it, I didn't have it. And I mean, the rod was a little bit higher, but it wasn't much, because your reel will still be sitting on here. So your butt's still going to be down here. So it's not very much higher than even just the original. and just for being this tall and the gauge of steel using, I mean, it flexes a little bit more than usual. But other than that, I mean, it works pretty good. It just the whole um, I don't really like it because it's just another, style I have to make, and it's more components, and it's going to cost more money. Um, and that's what I'm really about in the long run, is kind of trying to save money, for myself on making stuff, just making it easier, and then, as well, the biggest part is, saving money for other people's, because I know this one definitely would be a lot more money to produce it the way I do now. So I'm probably just I am gonna be giving this one to somebody at Con. Um, and I mean, the shipping purposes, I mean, I can't ship too many without getting the bigger boxes or wider boxes. So shipping kind of took a toll with that one. So that one's kind of tossed out, but I do like it. It just um, and I might be able to produce it someday when I get some more bending stuff at my house. But unfortunately, the stuff at my shop is just not. It's not the best to bend it on those couple bends. Definitely good holders. I use these as well as mine. Yep. Oh yeah, I got to get ears and testing. We're just waiting for ground to thaw out and stuff to get a good test on it, because when the ground's hard, I mean, everything pretty much holds. I just like doing it more once that ground thaws out. But I wanted to kind of go over my idea for what I'm gonna do now, or start doing. I gotta get some components yet, and I'm probably gonna have to draw up a new part. Gonna be similar to, like, this is just my testing bracket for the go anywhere brackets, but I'm gonna use something similar to this. Um, but I was thinking of trying to let me break this guy down a little bit. I was thinking of trying to utilize this and sell this with the extension where you could remove it. But the way I want to do it, it's just not really, I don't really like it. And it's a lot of messing around and stuff. And I think in the long run, it'll just be a hassle. So I'm just going to kind of throw that idea of using that plate as well for this. And then it would be nice though if I could figure out a decent way to do it. So you could remove that plate, and then you could also use it for, wherever, pretty much just use this bracket for, going anywhere. But the way I want to do it is just not really designed um, the way I want. So I might just be throwing that idea out. That was my initial idea today, was, oh, I could use that. And, it's a win-win for you guys, because, you'll get this plate. You can remove it, and then you can use it otherwhere, and you don't have to just use, the extension. But I think I'm going to actually design a different plate that's going to be fixed onto the extension itself. Um, yeah, Steve, he does make some great holders and does some awesome powder coating. I wish I lived closer to him, because I'd hire Jerry to do my powder coating. But yeah, that's another thing. I'm looking into that. That might be, I don't know, sometime maybe early summer. That I might get into some painting, maybe powder coating. I don't have the room right now, and being winter, I got so much stuff in my garage just locked up. So my space isn't good enough for powder coating. But let's get back to the extension. So I'm going to kind of just use this as an example, because I'm going to use the angle iron. I'm not sure what size. I got one angle iron in my garage. I think it's a little bit bigger, which I want. But we'll see. I'm gonna get some stuff probably this weekend to just do stuff. I'm pretty much tight on money, so everything I gotta just do it like perfect. I can't mess up. So pretty much what I'm gonna do is make a bracket like this to utilize the same kind of system as like the go anywhere bracket. I think these are 5/16 holes on the side, and we got 3/8 holes in the middle. But I'm I mean, there's possibilities I might be able to make something like this be able to be removed, but just as I'm thinking about stuff, it's just hard because I have other plans in future to utilize the whole system for other attachments that people want. But as of now, I'm thinking about designing something because I want these holes to be bigger on the outside. Probably just put these as 3/8 on the outside, and then um, it would pretty much be the same thing. I just want a little bit, yeah, those hole size bigger. But pretty much I'm gonna, just weld it straight on the back here. Um, and then where did my rod holder go? Oh, there it is. And then pretty much this is gonna be it's gonna be up a little bit, but it's not gonna be that high. I'm just going because there's a nut or a big nut right here, so I can't go any higher. But that's gonna be for hammering purposes, just so you don't bend anything. But that's then all you gotta do is slide it, into your slots like this, and it's pretty much like utilizing your go anywhere bracket, but just on a taller, stake like this. And then I'm gonna, because since this is the older pad style, I don't have that. I don't even own the newer pad one. But that one has that hole in the back. So I'm probably gonna utilize putting like a nut inside of here somewhere. So you can still fasten it to that, just in case. I like I said, I haven't tested it this way, so I can't tell you for sure how well it's gonna hold in here. But I use these on my boat, and I've never had an issue with these things sliding out. Um, but just being with one spike, um, in the ground, if you get a big hit takedown, and this happens to go down, I don't know if that's going to slide out. Just on my boat, it's just not. It can't work like that. But having this into the ground, anything can, push it depending on size. So having that nut in here, having that hole here to put a nut in to fix it to this post is going to be like essential. So and just a safety measure because my number one goal is never to lose a rod. So I've been pretty good with that. So yeah, that is in the works. I'm gonna kind of do some designing and still think about it. I still want to if I have an idea, but I just really want to utilize like the angle iron for using that as the main part that's going in the ground and attached to attaching your rod holder to. Um, it's just the only thing that makes it goofy is, the angle iron and the way I have to weld it on or fix it on here is, this angle and just being um, kind of just awkward to weld in nuts. But I probably could, but I just don't really trust, small welds like that. I want it to be, I want it to hold up to everything. So that's in the works that I'm going to kind of look through it. I'll probably go live sometime this week once I gather some stuff and just wing it and try to do it, see what I can do. So people can just see, like, I mean, I'm not sure what I'm going to do for sure yet. So it'll be all pretty much live and first time. So yeah, that's gonna be pretty much the top. But like I said, the way I want it to, because I want to fix why I'm thinking of fixing it and just welding this solid on here is because I'll have other I don't really want to give it away yet because it's in it's just in my head yet. Um, I'm kind of excited about it, but I don't know how if it's going to work or not. But it would be pretty cool. So um, we'll see. I might be actually getting on that too. If I can get at least a base design of a test piece with this mounted on here by this weekend or this weekend, I might try to incorporate my newer idea after that because eventually I want that to be available for people too because I know there's people that want it. So um, I'm pretty excited about it. We'll see though. But then other than that, so if that's fixed, This is going to go right on here. I don't think this will go anywhere, just welded and just in here, but I will have that hole there on that pad where you can just, throw like a 3/8 screw into. And then as far as, like I said, I think the length of it, I want to keep it under 2 feet. And if I can keep it under 2 feet, like 24 inches, that will leave me, I could put like 12. I don't want to go too far down where you'd be hammering it in to the ground. Um, Here's my other one here. So I think like this one, I think it's close to 12 inches that you can hammer it in. I just didn't want to go too far down because there is spots where bank fish that it's like a lot of rocks, and there's like you get down like 10 inches, you hit like it's like a bedrocks and you can't get through it no matter what you're driving in there unless you got like a jackhammer or something. But so I'm going to try to keep it at like 12 inches at max to go down. I mean, if you got solid or loose ground, you can still, drive this thing further down, even over this plate. But then that will leave about, if went like 24 inches, that would leave about 12 inches of height. So if you can picture it, I think on one of my rod holders, it only went up 10 inches off the ground without. So the rod, pretty much the ends were about an inch or even right up to the spike from the ground. And I mean, even that 10 inches is like, it actually is really nice. And I didn't have to bend down at all to grab my rod. So, I mean, it's not very much higher you need to go. And I want to keep it like that because it just, I think it'll hold your rod a lot better. It'll keep your rod, more stable. The higher you go up, I think it just, that more leverage when you get to takedown, it's easier for, any bank rod holder to, kind of go forward or bend over and kind of stay slanted once you get that takedown instead of coming back up. So I'm going to try to keep it at like a 12 to 10 inch height. So that's pretty much, I mean, right under my knee. I don't know, maybe about a little 4 inches under my knee where the rod butt would be sitting. So you got to think like mine is from my butt to like my handle above my reel. That's about, I think it's about 15 to 12 inches. So, I mean, that's pretty much, you don't have to bend over. You'll be able to reach, right at your rod, grab it and go. So I think that's going to be perfect. And then, so like my idea, just to keep this more stable in the ground, only going about 10 inches down in the ground, is I'm going to call, if this all works, I'm going to call it the pitchfork, the cat claw pitchfork. And I didn't have any rod with me, so I'll just kind of I bent up some just flat bar stock. So it's going to be pretty much a 3/8 rod or the 5/16 like the rod holder, but we're just going to have two spikes coming down the sides possibly, which will kind of create it to get more ground surface and hold better into the ground. So I mean that's pretty much my goal this weekend, is try to at least get a base on just one of these, and then we'll go from there. I'll probably go live if I get everything kind of cleaned up and cut and stuff, or an idea of how I'm going to do it. I'll probably go live this weekend, and if I have time, and we'll just do it all together, because this will be like pretty much first time doing a different style, and I love doing it. Just kind of winging it and having people see, because it's fun to do. All right, let's see. Let's get to some comments here. When shipping longer ones, make sure you ship UPS UPS, not USPS. Yeah. And the only reason, I try to stick with the UPS or the USPS just because it's like on my way to work. And I just have a system and I know the people there. And I've never really ran into too much issues with it being too expensive, but I just know like I know you're right about the, shipping with the UPS. But it's just easier because I can just drop it off there. I know sure you can do it at the UPS store, but it's just out of my way. And usually I do all my drop offs on my way to work. It's just the easiest for me. But I do know what you're talking about with that, and it does get. I mean, I've shipped I think 2 dozen rod holders to a company once, and I think shipping was like um it was pretty expensive. It was like 40, $50 or something. Compared to like I think UPS was, like cheaper than that. So Steve, that go anywhere bracket is awesome. It really goes anywhere. Oh yeah. Yep, and like I said, I just utilize it for my boat. I mean, I have T-bars, or I have one at home um, that I made up that I just had left over from a couple that I made for people last year. But I don't know. I just really think it's nice just having those go anywhere brackets on my boat. I've had them on there for like 3 years, and caught a ton of fish with them on my boat. And it's just nice because we do a lot of camping on the Mississippi, so we'll just island hop, and it's just nice to just have those on my boat when I'm traveling through the Mississippi, and then we find an island, and once we go camp there, we'll just throw. I'll take them off the back, and or sometimes I just leave them on and keep my poles there and cast stuff from the bank using my boat, but otherwise I just pull them out, slide them out quick and easy, throw them on the bank, and you're ready to go, and then just put them back in the boat when you're done and go fish off the boat. Yeah, and I guarantee you, just the 12 inches, even like 10 to 12 inches higher, just raising, just this up, you know, just like 10, 12 inches, you'll notice a huge difference. Like on my rods, like I said, from, I think they're, close to 15 inches from the butt to, the reel. So that's a big difference once you put it up like 10 more inches or 12 inches. It's, I mean, it's enough for me where I don't have to bend at all. So that's great. And I think pretty much just like on this one, because this is how it's going to sit really, right here to here is about 10 inches. So that's all, this whole thing. And this is, I think, well, probably a little over 2 feet long. And, just for this whole thing to get 10 inches, it's just not really efficient for what the price would be. So this is the height I'm kind of going for, is this right here. So it's pretty much just double, the rod holder, original rod holder size. So you put that up. So that's where your butt's gonna sit right on this. So that's bringing it up, another 10 inches or so. And this is what kind of, made me know, like, okay, well, that's all you really need. I don't want to make something that's crazy expensive. And I wanted to just make it something affordable and, that works. And it's nice because you don't have to carry, you don't have to just have those rod holders. You can just, have one rod holder, and, you can have this, and you don't always have to bring it. If you get the bigger ones, I mean, sometimes there might be situations, for me at least, where I don't need those big ones. And um, so that I just thought it was a better option that way, just to make it like kind of an attachment instead of like a second hand rod holder. What's up, Matt Catter? How's it going, buddy? Solo, how's it going? Hey, Solo, I sent you a message. I was looking back at one of the lives that we did. Um, if you want me to send you one, I can. I can just, I have a couple of these blanks. I think they're actually, I don't know if they're even etched or not, but I think I found a couple blanks. I can weld you some up if you want to try them, just to make sure they work. Because, like I said, I haven't had the time to go to my buddy's house to, work on that track system. I'm pretty sure it'll work. I just don't have the hardware, and I just haven't had the time to get any of that stuff. But just let me know. Just message me. We can make something work. Because, like I said, I don't want you to pay for something if it doesn't work. So, um, just get a hold of me. So yeah, that's that. But yeah, like I said though, the whole purpose of this was to kind of make a new attachment over making a whole new rod holder. I think it's just more of a better I think it's a better idea, in my opinion. I mean, I don't know, what do you guys think? You think you would you rather have an attachment, or would you rather, have something that's, bigger, or something like this where it's just a fixed unit that, you know, that's what your rod holder is. I just think it's like I don't know. My whole goal kind of has it's changed a little bit here and there, but I mean, the more I do stuff, the more it just makes sense to just keep. This design has been flawless so far for me, at least, um, and just to utilize this as much as I can, and make small things that will make a huge difference just all around. I think is my game plan. Appreciate it, Mad Catter. So I mean, that's really my game plan, is just to kind of keep it as simple as possible, most affordable. That's kind of why haven't been painting anything. I don't have the equipment to do like a good paint job, and I mean, I spray paint my stuff, and I mean, this one, it's getting beat up. Um, but I mean, that's what rod holders are made for. They're not made to be, stay pretty. They're made to do work and catch fish. That's kind of how I look at it. But if I did have equipment, I would do it. It's just, yeah, I don't want to send stuff out for spray painting, because I mean, you'll get stuff, once you use it, it gets rough. I mean, I this is like a fluorescent paint. I put like 3 coats of that on, and then I also, put some primer as well on it. But I mean, that's spray paint, and it's all gonna wear away eventually. That's why I just kind of didn't go that route yet, because I just want to keep it affordable for everybody. I know a lot of people like to keep it, like things pretty and stuff like that, but in my case, I you know work my stuff. I like to use it, and it's not just about the best looking things, it's about the best working things. But yeah, that's that. And hopefully I can get to this stuff this weekend. I might do some stuff Friday. We'll see how things go. I think my wife works Friday night, so um, I'd like to get onto it and kind of get some examples of what's gonna, the base of what it's gonna be, so we can kind of start making it and getting out to people. I know I kind of reached out on my Facebook page and got some good answers of people wanting it. So yeah. Well, let's see what else do I got. But yeah, that I'm thinking about calling it the cat claw pitchfork, just because I think, um, for the base of it, I'm gonna probably put like some. This is just an example, but have rod coming down on each side of it, just to kind of give it a little bit more structure in the ground, for a better hold. As long as it kind of stays with the idea of nothing to mess with the shipping or make it a hassle to ship and find some weird boxes that work. But um, that's my goal so far for that. And I think if I can get this done and get a good plan for it, I think we can get this in action pretty soon on the website. But yeah, what do you guys think? You guys think that's a good idea? I don't. I mean, I'd rather have more of your input than mine. I might do stuff differently than other people for fishing wise or bank fishing, but um, I kind of have a knack for bank fishing. I love it, so um, I try to help. Get everyone's opinion. I know I don't always take everyone's opinion or ideas, but I appreciate all the help. Even if I don't use it, I love hearing other people's ideas. So yeah, let's see if you let me know if you guys got some questions. I got some other stuff, some goodies in the mail. The past week we got I've been starting to more. I used to go on like Amazon and get a lot of like, some terminal tackle and stuff like that. Well, not really terminal tackle, but like rattles, and I guess maybe that's terminal tackle, but just small stuff like bells and rattles and all sorts of floats and stuff. But I utilize up on the top here, Tidal Weights. He does a great job with sinkers. He makes all sorts of sizes, shapes. I do a lot of the coin sinkers. What's up, Jay? How you doing, buddy? Hope everything's going well with your daughter. We've been praying. Um, but yeah, I've been starting to utilize, trying to, help out other people, small businesses as well. Tidal Weights over here. He does some great sinkers. He makes all sorts of, different ounces, coin sinkers, bank sinkers, cannonballs, all sorts of stuff. So I've been using his stuff for about a solid year now, and it's great quality. He also makes like floats, like the floats, uh, the spooks or whatever, and those work great. He paints them all himself, custom paints, glow in the dark, all sorts of stuff. But yeah, now I kind of reached out to this is Kissin' Fish. I used to get these rattles off of Amazon, and then I kind of ran into them on Facebook. So I got some new. They're just like the ball. You can see it here. They're just the ball rattles that go on your. I put them on my leader. So I got a 2-pack of those. I think it was like, I don't know, $4 for a pack of 20. And then they actually sent me some hooks to try out. Their brand, Kissin' Fish, sample pack of hooks. I was gonna get the 10 odds because I usually run 8 odds, but I got a few 10s, but I don't have enough, so I was gonna get the 10s. But then she said they have 9 odds, so I'm like, well, I don't have any 9 odds, so I got some circle hooks, 9 odd circle hooks from them. And those look like a perfect size, that I'll probably utilize. I usually run with like the triple threats from Whisker Seeker. Those are my go-tos, but I am down to try other hooks. These look like a nice durable hook too. Nice solid wire too. And then I'm gonna try something new to this year. I hooked up with Patriots custom floats. And these right here, these are the strike lights. Let me pull one out. And these things are really cool. I usually run like a light, like just like the glow sticks on my rod tips. But these are meant to like hook onto your line. So you can, at night when you turn these on, you hook this just right on your line between your eyelets, and it kind of just drapes. And then if you get a strike, it kind of bounces. So I'm going to utilize it like that. But I also been thinking like of just actually clipping it on to my eyelet, maybe, or something, just because these things are super bright, and they last like over 120 hours per battery. Let me pull one out here quick. They just run off of like a small little watch battery. They're really cool. So yeah, they just run off one of these little small, coin batteries. Super cheap to, replace, but they last 120 hours or over. And then also you got the green. It's kind of hard to see with how bright it is, but they got the green. And then if you flip the battery around, you get a red. So I thought that was, freaking cool, how you can do that. And then when you're done, you can just put it the other way, and you're all, then you're not wasting the battery. But when I go, sorry, when I go fishing, I buy those like 20 packs of, the little crack glow sticks, and I just stick those on my rod tips. But man, I go through those like popcorn, and they only last usually a day. Sometimes you can get like 2 days out of them. And then also I got these from Patriot. These are just floats. I'm going to be trying. I can't wait to try these out for when I'm on my boat or even on the bank. You can literally set this up and, have your line going down with your little bit of weight, have your bluegill on there, and you can hit structure, and you can pretty much plant these right on structure above it, so you're not getting tangled in that structure, and you can just keep it there. I'm super excited to try these out. And these are the same system. They got the watch batteries in it, and they got the red, and then the green as well. You just switch it out, and you get the red and green. And same thing, they last, the 120 hours. If you guys are interested, let me know. I'll hook up some links for you guys to get on these. Just some small businesses, doing some great work, and I think that's the thing to do, especially in the fishing industry, because I mean, you can get stuff that's cheaper, kind of the same, stuff, but you're not. I don't know. The quality is different. I think these are going to last a long time. They're waterproof. But it's just helping out people, because it's a struggle trying to get, yep, James, yep. It's a struggle trying to, I mean, from me, my standpoint, it's a struggle just trying to, grow what you're making, and just because there's so many different things out there. I mean, that the best thing you can ever do for somebody in a small business is just support them, like their stuff, share their stuff. I think that's probably one of the best things you can do. If you, even if you don't really need anything, but I mean, sharing something can go a long way. I mean, I think there's probably only like 1% of the fishing industry or catfishing industry that, knows about my rod holders. And, the more you share it, that's just going to grow you. And I think for me, that's just one thing that, I really appreciate from people is sharing out. All right, we're about an hour. Has anyone got any questions? I'm going to probably cut this down in a little bit here. Actually, I have a video, but the quality is not, it's pretty much garbage because it was off my Facebook. But it gives you an idea of how high, I mean, you can still see it, but it gives you an idea how high the rod is. My son Finley caught a small channel catfish on it this spring. And let me get it up. Yep, they've done a lot, yeah. Let me pull this up here quick. I need to get a double monitor here because it's hard to bounce back and forth. Oh boy. All right. You guys. All right, let me fast rewind this. But yeah, like I said, the quality, I had to shrink it down even more because the quality was terrible from transferring it over from Facebook. All right, but you can kind of see how high that's the, I got to see again which one that was, but I think that was the one that was the detachable bottom on it. Yep, that's the one that with the detachable, but yeah, that's probably too high for him. Well, there goes my camera. It fell over. It was windy that day. But that's almost too high for him. So, I mean, if we shrink that down another, even 5-6 inches, I think it's going to be perfect for everybody. Because all you're going to need is, at least one. You'd be able to just grab, the top of your, rod handle. And you're all good to go. But yeah, I mean, this wasn't a giant fish, but it was just a little guy. But we caught a lot of those that week. But yeah, you can see, that's almost too high for little kids. But I think if we just shrink that down a little bit, um, you'd be able to still utilize it and not having to bend over. So yeah, if anybody has any questions, just let me know. Otherwise, I'll probably be, I don't know, we'll see if I can gather some materials within. I got to do some welding. I got to make some rod holders up for hook and bobber tomorrow, and then I should be free to kind of work on that idea of the extension, aka the cat claw pitchfork. Oh, I had this running the whole time. But if no one's got any questions, I might be bouncing out. Kind of getting hungry. All right, so yeah, hit me up. We'll work something out. I just, I feel bad sending you something if it's not going to work, but I am pretty tight on everything as far as products, just because I'm trying to get stuff sold so I can order more, and I'm kind of waiting on that. But I do have a couple of these. These were just this was just like the original plate I made, and then after I knew it worked, I got everything etched in it. But I think I got like 3 or 4 of them laying around. Um, Usually, I just utilize the the test pieces, and then sell the good stuff to everybody. But um, I'll send you one of these out. Just make sure it works before anything, if you want to do it that way, and then you can kind of be like my little, you know, you could test it out for me. That'd be great. Shoot me some videos on that track system. That'd be awesome, and then we can kind of go from there. Oh no! Hey Finley, can you get me a rag? Oh, he's got his speakers on. Sounds good. So, yep, just hit me up, man. Send me your address. I'll get you I'll get you one of these out to you, and we'll make some magic happen. Trying to think if there's anything else. Hey Finley,
What?
can you grab me a rag, a small one?
Oakley, come by me. Wait, first Oakley needs to come by me so he protects me.
All right.
Okay, come by me. Protect me. There's one coming.
Trying to think if there's anything else I could talk about.
What kind of rig?
Just a small one I spilled.
Oh.
My brewski. Oh, I haven't had a beer in a while. Tastes good. Thank you. All right, let me think here.
I had to do it.
I don't think I really have much else to talk about. But I am looking forward to going to CatCon this coming up here. It's a couple more weeks. But feel free to share. I guess I'll head out pretty quick here, but feel free to share this live. Share some of my stuff. Um, if 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 that's all you can do, I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. Just to kind of keep on growing. It's been winters have been tough for selling rod holders, just probably because of the season, but it's a struggle in the winter. I put in a lot of work trying to, you know, get some videos and content and along with putting out rod holders and stuff. But it gets tough when nothing is clicking. But I appreciate everybody that's been following me from the get go and staying strong, because I believe once kind of spring comes closer around, I think we're gonna pick up a little bit better. That's the only reason I haven't been really making too much, is because I can't afford it. So, but we'll get there. So yeah. All right, guys. I'm gonna head out. I gotta go get some food and um, kind of get some ideas drawn up and parts written up that I need to get for this extension. I think it'll be pretty easy to kind of put together and get on the website quickly, hopefully here. So yeah, I appreciate everyone for tuning in. Probably hopefully see you maybe Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, one of those two. Once I get an idea time frame, I'll post it up live link for everyone to tune into. So thank you, and have a good night, and God bless you all, and keep on hucking.